Okay, so pretty much all of us have played around with generative AI by now, right? But are we really having a smart conversation with it? Today, we're going to move way past just typing in basic prompts. We're talking about true mastery, from the kinds of questions you should be asking, all the way up to the rules your entire company needs to think about. Let's dive in.
Right off the bat, let's talk about the number one mistake pretty much everyone makes. We treat AI like it's just a fancier search engine. We use it to find stuff that already exists. But that's not where the magic is. Its real power isn't in finding what's already known, it's in helping us create something brand new.
And this idea here, from Xianli Feng, just nails it. This is the mindset shift we all need. We've got to stop asking AI to be our librarian and start treating it like a creative partner, a collaborator. The whole point is to synthesize, to innovate, to spark insights that literally did not exist before you asked the question.
So how do we actually do that? What does that look like in practice? Let's get into it. Here are 4 strategies you can start using like today to really level up your AI conversations and start creating that new knowledge. This first tip, it's so simple, it's almost funny, but it is brilliant. Instead of trying to guess what the AI needs from you to give you a great answer, what if you just asked it? So the next time you have a big project, you start with this. You literally ask the AI how to ask it a good question. It will tell you exactly what context it needs, what key terms you should probably define, and the best way to structure your prompt. You're basically turning the AI into your own personal coach for writing better prompts. It's a game changer.
Okay, next up, for anything complicated, don't throw one giant, messy question at it. You have to deconstruct the problem. Break it down into a series of smaller, logical questions, almost like you're guiding the AI's thinking process step by step. And then, this part is crucial. You have to restate the answers in your own words. This stops you from just outsourcing your brain, and it forces you to actually learn and internalize the information.
Now, this is where things get really fun. You can actually make different AI models challenge each other. So you could have one model, like Gemini, generate an initial report. Then you take that report and you feed it to ChatGPT and Claude, and you tell them, your job is to be a critic. Poke holes in this. Find the logical flaws. What are the blind spots here? The result you get is so much more robust and thoughtful.
All right, here's a real pro tip, and it works because of how these models are built. A huge amount of their training data, we're talking somewhere between 70 and 90%, is in English. So you will often get a much more detailed, more nuanced answer if you ask your question in English first. Once you have that really high-quality response, then you just ask the AI to translate it back for you. Simple, but incredibly effective.
So we've covered some awesome ways for you, as an individual, to become a real power user. But now, let's zoom out. Because once you master this, it brings up a much bigger, more complex question for any company or organization. Just think about it. What happens when it's not just you, but hundreds or even thousands of people in your company start using these powerful techniques? I mean, the potential for innovation is just massive, but so are the risks. Everything from data privacy nightmares to strategic chaos. And that right there is where governance comes into play. To handle this new reality, every organization is going to need a playbook, a really clear set of rules of the road for how to use generative AI safely, ethically, and in a way that actually helps the business.
And this here is a great visual for what one of those playbooks can look like. This is the Generative AI Governance Framework. It was put together by over 1,000 experts. And the core idea isn't about locking things down, it's about empowerment. It gives companies a structure to tap into AI's power while managing all the complex risks. And it's all built on 5 key pillars.
Pillar number 1 is strategic alignment. This just makes sure that every single AI project is directly supporting the company's main goals. So, for instance, if you're a retail company, your AI work should be laser-focused on things like improving customer service or making your supply chain more efficient, not just random side projects.
Second, you've got data and compliance. This one is huge for building trust. This is where you set up super strict rules about what data can and can't be used, how it's all protected, and how you stay on the right side of things like GDPR. Getting this wrong can lead to massive legal headaches.
Pillar 3 is all about the nuts and bolts, operational and technology management. This covers how you safely weave AI into your daily workflows, and, just as important, how you protect against new cybersecurity threats, like, say, criminals using AI to create incredibly convincing phishing attacks. Now, Pillar 4 is absolutely critical. This is the human element. It's about training all your employees on how to use AI responsibly. It's about actively looking for and rooting out bias in the AI models. And it's about thinking through the social impact of what you're building. And finally, Pillar 5, transparency and accountability. This means you need to be able to trace why an AI made a certain decision, and there has to be a person who's ultimately accountable for the outcome. It also means your governance has to evolve, because you can be sure the technology itself is going to keep changing at lightning speed. So, we've looked at the skills for the individual and the frameworks for the organization. So what's the big picture here? What does all this mean for our shared future with AI? It really boils down to this. True mastery isn't just one or the other. It's not just about brilliant individuals or well-written company rules. It's the powerful combination of both. You need skilled people asking amazing questions, operating inside a wise organization that knows how to guide that power responsibly. And that really leaves us with one last and maybe most important question. This technology is both a mirror and a tool. So as we get better and better at talking to it, we have to be incredibly thoughtful about what we're asking it to help us build, and ultimately who we are asking it to help us become.